Hey yo, what's good guys? It's your boy Smackyboi right here, coming at you guys with another simple YouTube tutorial. Now this is another one from all my Age of Empires fams out there, as today I'm going to be showing you guys how to manage your zoom settings in this game. Now, in Age of Empires, just like in any other real-time strategy game, zooming in or the zoom setting is very important because that just determines your overall view of your map and what you're focusing on and all that. So it's important that you have that at the right setting that you find more comfortable, where you could focus the best with. Now, to change the zoom settings, by default, you want to go to options right here. And if you go to the graphics part up here in the top, make sure you have it on the graphics tab over here, and you go down, you have the option to either zoom in or zoom out. Now, me personally, I prefer to keep it zoomed out, but if you prefer to have it more concentrated and zoomed in, you just got to scroll this thing in and then zoom it into your preference. It's worth to just zoom it into a certain percent, start a game, and see how that works for you. And if you prefer it to be out or in, you just adjust accordingly. Now, just remember, one thing to note here is that this is just a default zoom in. Alright, so let's say if you're in the middle of the game and you prefer your zoom in to be a bit higher and you actually have it at 26 when you start, you don't actually have to quit the game because you could actually change the zoom in and zoom out in the middle of the game in the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. It's a pretty simple process. Now first you want to of course confirm that your default zoom setting to what you want it like, and then to change it in the middle of the game you want to go to options and hotkeys and then go all the way down to where it says zoom commands, and bam, this tells you the commands that you have to change the zoom in the middle of the game. Now by default it's going to be in your scrolling wheel. That's going to be what changes the zoom, so you just wheel up to zoom in and wheel down to zoom out, but you could just change that to whatever you prefer. So by just clicking on one of these, click change selected and press a button. So let's just say I prefer to have it the down button on my keyboard, so it'll be that, but I prefer the wheel, so I'll just keep the wheel up. And then just make sure to look at the hotkeys to find out what settings it at, and then confirm, and bam, now you could change zoom in game, and you could just manage your zoom perfectly of whether or not you want to have it zoomed out for when you're fighting for big army, or zoomed in when you're having more of a smaller battle. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's your boy Smackyboi right here. Another Age of Empires video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to smack out.